record this call in case some people can't join. So welcome to Monday. Welcome to May. You guys, April was our biggest month so far, and I'm so proud of you guys. We've helped so many people, and already this month, I woke up this morning, checked the back office, and you guys were like SC points on the board already. So I was like, okay, that's fine. No big deal. Just stay 4. So I wanted to welcome a couple new faces we have on tonight. Bree is on tonight for the first time. Bree and I met on Instagram, and she actually is from the Bay Area as well, which is super fun because we have that in common. And has 2 darling girls and just has been loving this workout, you know, like the routine. And Bree, do you want to introduce yourself and say hi? I know you're probably with babies, but.
Yes, yeah, we're on a walk right now.
That's so nice.
Yes, we've really been liking it. My husband's been doing all the workouts with me, which has been really nice and motivating. And I've really enjoyed that it's been kind of easy to push play every day. It's not very long. It's not like an hour-long commitment. So that was the big selling point for me. Because to find 30 minutes is doable, but to find any more than that is really rough.
Well, especially with 2 little ones, and you know, your husband going back to work today, you said, like all that stuff. I mean, it's fitting it all in.
It's amazing how quickly the day goes by.
Yeah. And also then you think like, oh, okay, well, only 30 minutes in the day. So, it's pretty awesome. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. And then my 1-year-old does some of the workouts with me. I've tried to do some time-lapse videos of that, which is really funny because she'll like throw her arms up. She has little 2-pound weights that she picks up and moves around, and it's really cute.
That is adorable. So cute. Well, we're so glad you're here. And then we have a couple other new coaches today too. I don't think they're on, but Melissa is under Beth. Beth, do you want to do like a quick intro for her just so we know, because she's in our chat?
Melissa is my sister-in-law. So she's a native of Colorado. She's a fur mom like me, no kids, and they just had their dogs. But she loves outdoor stuff. She loves to hike. She really does care about health and nutrition. And I know she's really excited to be starting this.
So awesome.
I think she's been a little shy, but I think after a while, once she feels welcome and knows everybody, that she'll
She
work.
has to see us, know that we're real human.
Yeah.
Not behind the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And then I have a new coach under, and her name's under Austin. Her name's Whitney, and I had no intention of coaching. And after a week, she's signed up. She's already Emerald, and then she's at SC8 already for the month. So Whitney, girlfriend, she's not here, but she lives in Oklahoma, and she also has a Blue Queensland healer. So that's how we connected on Instagram, which is pretty fun. So it does help you guys when you put your own hashtags in your photos that are relevant to just you. Even if maybe my dog wasn't in that photo, I still put that tag because it's a very specific breed, super, super specific, so detail oriented. So Whitney's at SC8. I'm at SC6 with a new coach. Anyway, that doesn't matter, but I was just thinking about that's how the last team call does it, so I'm like in the routine. Christine already at SC4. She has, I think, 4 active coaches, which is amazing. Carmen's at SC2 and Beth is at SC2. So you guys, if you're brand new and you're like, what does that mean? Basically, every single month, there's no requirement for how many people that you have to sign up per month, but we like to help 3 women a month. A few people a month, can be men or women. But by helping 3 people a month, that adds to the point system that Beachbody creates. And so 1 person equals SC2. So it's a success club point. And we can talk about that later as well. But for those people watching the recording, or if you're new, that's what that means. So basically like SC6 would be like, technically you're like done for the month, but obviously we have a long way to go. Like I think last month I was SC46. So that's kind of what that means. Okay, so you guys, for the first time ever, I've only been coaching for 2 years. I have never in my life seen a sale like this on Challenge Packs ever. Like, I was blown away, and also kind of like, oh, it's hard because of people that just signed up with the 160 pack like last week. And that's why I wanted to talk about this. So the sale is starting. It started on the 1st of May, and it's going to go all the way through May, which is insane. Like, I thought maybe they would do like a weekend blowout sale or something, but it's literally all of May, and it's on challenge packs and completion packs. And this is actually the #1 coach in our network right now. Her name's Holly. So I was watching, she's the only coach besides you guys, I think, that I follow on Instagram, and I just really resonate with her. So I think that's really smart, not to follow like 25 coaches and spend your time, your entire day, like looking at different coaches. Just you do you, and like learn, take away from what work from, take a couple things away that you want to implement in your Instagram based on like that one person that you look up to type of thing. So what I liked about her story series was, the first series thing was this month, my mom strong, because she only targets moms. Like, she has 2 little boys at home, and she was an engineer, and her husband was an engineer, and she retired both of them. And she is, yeah, I mean, she's making, I don't know, probably over $1 million a year by a long shot, maybe like probably $2 million a year coaching. And so she legit is only targeting moms. Like, she wants to get moms home from their corporate jobs to be at home with their babies. Like, that is her, like, she is so narrowed in on that. And I love that. But you'll see, because she, like, her Mom Strong boot camp, that's all she talks about. So this month, my Mom Strong boot camp is at its lowest price ever. This includes thousands of workouts, my private app and support group, weekly meal plans, and a month of my morning shake. We work together to pick your perfect program, cardio to weightlifting to bar and everything in between. Swipe up if you want to chat about the options and how you can reserve your spot in my support group. And I just really like that, because she kind of laid it all out there without being like in your face. She's already sharing her workouts, what she does every single day. So people are watching her stories kind of get like, okay, so now your thing's on sale for the first time. So I just really like the way that she presented this, and I thought that we could kind of use that. And then I think that we need to talk about strategy if anyone feels uncomfortable, because for me, I've been promoting this May 11th boot camp, and then people that signed up, it's all 160, except if they sign up this weekend. And so I don't want to just go on tomorrow and be like, oh, everything's $20 off, you know? So for the people that signed up like 5 days ago, you know, that's kind of crappy. So I think, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to handle that, but I would love actually advice, and if we could talk about that too. So I also want to talk about how to be successful this week. And the first thing I have to say is to use your tracker. So if you're new, I should have brought mine, it's in my office, but if you're new, Beachbody gives us a tracker. And basically it's like a literal checklist of how to be successful in our business. So it's like, do your workout, check. Do your morning reading, check. Like, share on Instagram, check. Like, do your daily life. And it's really awesome, because by doing all of these things, then you know that you're going to set yourself up for success and like actually be successful. And so that's really what comes down to it. Be a product of the product. If you guys aren't doing your workouts, if you're not making your Shakeology or using our product and being a product of the product, then people aren't going to feel comfortable buying those things from you if you're not sharing that. So it's really just about sharing what you're doing, so that they feel comfortable when you reach out to them, or when they come to you and say, hey, I've been thinking about doing what you're doing. Like, how do I get started? And then you have the background to say, oh, well, the workouts are amazing. I've been drinking this shake every day that makes me feel good. Got my sugar cravings totally subsided. Like, let me tell you about our flavor options, right? So it's like way more natural. And then invite people to join you and connect. So if I have been doing this thing where instead of cold market and inviting, I've been going out and connecting with people, right? And I know we've talked about this a lot, but connecting with people on Instagram, like, you know, other people like me, maybe they're pregnant, maybe they're girl moms, maybe they're in California, maybe they have a Queensland healer, maybe they have a husband who's a cowboy, like all these things, right? So like I'm looking for that person, because I want to have something in common with them. But I'm not just going to go to them and like up, invite them. Like, I don't know them, right? So like, that's one of the best examples I heard on one of our national wake up calls was, you're not just going to go over to the person in the grocery store and say, hey, do you want to join my boot camp? Because they're like, who are you? Right? But if you go over and you're like, oh my gosh, I love your sweater. It's so cute. Like, where'd you get it? Whatever, start a conversation. Maybe you see them at the grocery store the next week. Oh my gosh, nice to see you. It's so funny, you're always running into you here. Then like when you bring up something or they see you and they see your workout outfit and they say, oh, that's a cute outfit. You know, what do you do for fitness? Then it's natural, right? There's no second guessing or there's no awkwardness about it. So that's how I've been getting all these customers and all these SC points, is because I've been connecting with people on a level that has nothing to do with sales. And then it makes everything else feel really good. So, and then show up for yourself and your team. You guys, a lot of you are growing your own teams, which is amazing. And, you know, on our tracker, it says answer questions and comments from your team. You know, you got to make time for those people because they're showing up. They want to be there. They want to be here, a part of this team. So make sure you're showing up for them too. Then you guys, in the beginning of the month, we're going to talk about social media today because I've gotten a lot of questions. So listen to me, but don't implement until you get to SC6. Get to SC6, get your goals met for the month, and then let's do some fun stuff. But if you're going to go spend time making graphics and trying to find your perfect filter right now, maybe not the best time. Reach your goals first and then do that. But let's talk about social media. And also don't forget, the Energize is going on sale May 18th. So I'm going to start talking about that. And by talking about that, I mean just sharing the Energize that I normally use in the morning. Like you can call it your go-go juice, your get out of bed drink, your morning cocktail, like whatever you want to brand yours as is totally fine. But I would suggest saying, oh, would anybody be interested in trying this? And we have a new flavor coming out. It's mixed berry. It's going to be amazing. I'd love to put you on the list for that. Sorry, Dad. That's a no-go right there. Papa Dunks. Okay. So let's talk about social media. So I've had a lot of questions about this lately, and I think that we should just have like a general conversation and then we can talk about whatever else is going on. So I'm just going to talk really briefly about Instagram TV, so IGTV, stories, and then postings. So I've had a couple questions about, okay, I keep seeing people do IGTV. What is that? How do I do it? And what type of content should I be posting? So in my opinion, I think that IGTV is for lifestyle, fitness, food, fashion, beauty. So things that are related to Beachbody and things that are not related to Beachbody. So I post my workouts like once a week in my IGTV, which I think is great. And then I'll also share the app with you guys that I use to edit those. It's really easy, like I promise. But then if you're making a recipe, like I made a mocktail a couple weeks ago and like I videoed that and then I uploaded that to IGTV. So something where people want to maybe go back and refer to something like how I do my hair, right? So like that's in my IGTV. So where someone wants to remember that recipe, remember that tutorial, remember that winged eyeliner, right? Like that's the sort of thing that I think IGTV is for. And I just use my phone and video myself. And then like I'll show you this app. What's it called? Cut something video. It's called Video Shop. It looks like that. It's orange with that white video. And I'll post this in our team notes, but it's called Video Shop. And you just literally upload the videos or video, and then you can like trim and edit, and it's super easy. And then you can add music that they have in there, or you could buy a song on iTunes and then add that in, which is what I did. So let's go through the rest and then we'll come back for questions. So yeah, so I'll just video myself and then I'll upload it to that app and then IGTV. And that's why I think it's really important to this could take a lot of time, right? Like you can see that, right? Like this could take a lot of time to do an IGTV. So that's why I think it's really important to meet your goals first for the month. And then like once you have that done, then like have some fun and experiment with Instagram stuff. So on stories, you guys all do a great job of this, but that's like daily life, short clips, talking to the phone, workouts, thoughts, quick snaps of your meals. You know, like I've gotten a lot of questions on this Cocoa Whip thing, which is like So Delicious is the brand. You know, that dairy-free brand? They make ice cream. Anyway, it's like Cool Whip, but instead of Cool Whip, it's made with coconut oil. And I've gotten like a million questions about this Cocoa Whip that I've been putting in my yogurt. And I'm like, okay, so I need to go on my stories and just like take a screenshot and put that in my food highlight so that people can go back and refer to it. But I'm not going to necessarily make an entire IGTV about Cocoa Whip, right? Unless I was making my yogurt bowl. Like then that would be a great place for me to do that. So yeah, so stories are great for dogs, pets, your meals, thoughts, workouts, sharing daily life. Like Beth's had some awesome ones recently of her and her dogs working out together, and it just makes my heart so happy. And then like showing her goats, you know, it's just awesome. Like little daily life clips. And, you know, your rockers that you put together over the weekend, like before and after, like tap to finish. Like I loved that. That was awesome. And then, okay, guys, this is the last slide. So then on your posts. So the biggest thing, it's really hard, I think, to find ideas and to keep content about, because you're like, what do I post about, right? Because first you have to have a photo. Then you have to have something to talk about. And sometimes you have one or the other, but you don't really know what to say. So I always like to ask, what question am I answering or what am I providing, right? So, and that's why we talk about our Instagrams. Like should is not what I mean, because no one should do anything, but like in an ideal world, all of our Instagrams would be very balanced with entertainment, coaching, and fitness stuff, right? So it would be like a really nice balance. And it's like a fitness post would be like maybe, you know, me and my sports bra, like, you know, doing a muscle thing, right? And then a business post would be like, today I posted about the business, how when I first started this, I had no clue that this was going to be my full-time job, right? And then an entertainment post would be my bump date because I'm 24 weeks pregnant. So like that's the difference between the posts, but each of those is serving somebody different. So somebody might come to my page because they see that I'm pregnant and maybe they're pregnant, right? Or because I have a Queensland Healer and they have a Queensland Healer. But then they see the other things on my page. And that's why it's important to have like multiple, like different topics covered and not just like Queensland Healer, Queensland Healer, Queensland Healer, Queensland Healer, because like then that person just, all they know about me is that I have this dog, right? It's not, there's no breadth or depth to my feed. So, you know, like Trisha, like I think Trisha should be posting, you know, like her, that, you know, Pilates, and she's an instructor in Bay Area, and, you know, like her son, like single mom, like all these things, like, you know, and then that's like her story, that's her ID, like that's her identity, like that's how people are going to come to her page because of those different things that make up her. Okay, I keep doing this darn thing or it goes the other way. Oh, perfect. Okay, great. Sorry guys, apparently I'm still learning my computer. It's only had it for 5 years. Okay. Let's see. Well, it's all frozen now. Okay, well, anyway, so that's basically it. The last thing I wanted to announce is that I am going to be hosting a diamond retreat in November. So it's going to be in Santa Barbara or Santa Ynez. And basically, I just want to spoil those of you who are who have hit diamond and maintained diamond. So we're going to have a pool day, spa day, shopping, go out to dinner, have a catered dinner, and just like kind of hang out and chill for a weekend. And I think that's going to be in November, you know, granted or pending all this stuff is done by and we can all get to Santa Barbara. Santa Ynez is just about 45 minutes above Santa Barbara. But considering I'll have like an 8-week-old, I'm like, I better stay close to home. But it's going to be amazing. So we're going to rent a house and just hang out, and very excited about that. And I think I might be frozen. Let's see. Am I frozen? Am I frozen? No? Okay, good. Okay, yeah, so that's all I have. So anyway, and the other thing about the social media, because now my slide is back, I think it's really important to take photos outside if you can. So a lot of the photos that I've been seeing posted are inside and they're super dark, and that's really hard to see, right? Like even just for me going outside to inside right now, like it's much darker, right? And that's it's way better to take a photo outside than inside if you can. And then also, like, Carmen has been doing a really good job of this. Carmen, are you on? Yeah, she's listening. Carmen was like, I need help with my Instagram because everything was a selfie. And I was like, I know, I get it, because it's easy. And like, you just finish your workout. It's so easy to snap a selfie and like have something to post, right? But it's almost like, okay, take another second and figure out how to post, like, or what, have like your kid or your friend or your husband or whatever take a picture of you, like outside. Like Beth had a great picture outside today, like Noletta took a picture last week in front of her house with her new baby, right? So like, have someone grab a phone and take a photo of you, and just start building that content. And even if you take a photo today, it doesn't mean you have to post it today. So that was like a fear I had for a while. Felt like everything had to be like in the moment, but it doesn't. Okay.
That picture, by the way, was my phone propped up on something out in my yard. So
I thought
if you don't have anybody around, like there's ways to do it yourself.
Yes, I know. And you just hit emerald, so you are getting a ring light too, which is amazing. That's been my secret to success lately. Because my husband looks at me and he's like, I'm not taking your photo. I'm like, thank you so much. Okay, questions, comments, social media, getting to SC, bod groups, National Wake Up Call recap questions. So this morning, I know she was talking a lot about nutrition and about the importance of like leading with nutrition. And I think that that's something that we can't forget, you guys. Like instead of just thinking, okay, yeah, this is a total body solution, but this is like nutrition and fitness, right? Because nutrition is most of the time, generalizing, a much more difficult thing for people to grasp and stick with, because like we've talked about, it's very emotional, or can be. And then there's temptations and things like that. So when you're running and starting these bod groups, you'll find, and then I found a lot this week, is that the nutrition has been the hardest. Like yesterday in my bod group, someone was commenting about how their toddler kept bringing them cookies, and she kept saying no. And then he went and grabbed her green container and put the cookie in the container and brought it to her. So he was like, look, now you can eat it. And she was like, oh my God. She goes, what do I do? Like, And so we were talking like in that group, it allowed me today to go in that group, and I did a video, and I was like, let's talk about treats you guys can have because this is a lifestyle. Like this is not a diet for 21 days. And if you're thinking about it like that, that's a problem. Because this is so much more than that. So does anyone have an experience that's like similar to that they want to share?
Well, some of the girls that I've heard from this week, like they're struggling with nutrition. So I've offered, let's do a one-on-one then. But I guess I'm kind of struggling with how to like open up that conversation with them and just like guide them to the right choices. Because for me personally, I feel like it's easy to know like what's right or wrong. But then when I try and like tell somebody, like these people in my group, it's like I feel like I'm getting a little stuck in it, that I have to be more like educated like in a way about it, or like specific on things for them. So I don't know if there's like some tools out there that we can have like a quick like print out in front of us to walk them through.
Yeah, that's really,
and I'm sure there is, and I just don't know where it's at.
Yeah, no, that's a great call. So first of all, number one, and I just learned this, and it was such a good reminder in that last call we were on, and it basically, the gal who was a speaker in my coach's call, which happens right before this, she was talking about if someone needs help, basically ask them 100 million questions, and then because that will help them figure out the answer on their own. Right. So it's like, okay, so I always start this calls with, okay, I know you said nutrition might have been a little rough this week. Like, has it been a specific time of day that you're struggling? Like, and then relate it back to you, like let them know it's okay to share. Because for me, it was like 4 o'clock and I'm eating an entire bag of tortilla chips. And then I was like ruining my dinner and then, you know, all the things, right? So like we all struggle and we all have struggled, even if we do know what to do. So it might be helpful to kind of start there, ask them if there's a particular time of day. And then from there, you know, like see what they say. So like try to get them to talk. And I'm really quick, I'm going to look because I did a nutrition call training on our team page like 2 months ago. But that if it's somebody brand new, I will ask them if they could walk me through an entire day. And so I say, this is how I'm going to structure the call. We'll have 30 minutes. And if you could come with like very detail oriented, like I just want to know what time you're waking up, what you're doing first, what you're putting in your coffee. Like I did this with Bree and it was awesome, right? Because it's like we had this total like one-on-one, and then I got to know like what types of food you liked, what you were normally eating. And then I could say, oh, okay, so if you want to lose X amount of weight or tone up or whatever, then with compared to our plan, I think that, you know, maybe you're overeating here and under eating on these categories, whatever. So I normally structure that call by saying, can you start by walking me through like a very detail oriented?
That was really helpful.
Yeah.
So if we haven't done the 2B mindset training yet, do you suggest that we do that?
Yes, and it's been on my list for a long time too. But yeah, I mean, I got certified in the Ultimate Portion Fix. That's obviously not required. But the 2B mindset, like Carmen knows a lot about it. So I would say if you have questions on that, like definitely ask her. But I would also recommend taking some time to look info up on that on our own time too. I'm gonna try to find that call. Oh, here. Anyone else struggling with anything this week? It's Monday, so we're not really struggling yet.
I struggled a little bit with nutrition this week, just this weekend. And I thought what's really important for me is just to remember that like it's okay to give in sometimes and mess up sometimes and then just to get back on track, because before it just felt like an all or nothing thing, and where I messed up, so what's the point of, you know, trying anymore, because I'm probably back to my original weight anyways, or whatever it was.
Totally.
So just to know that, you know, you can mess up and then you just get back on track, and then once you get back on track, that next meal, you know, you just feel so much better and you're like, okay, I can do this. This is just part of life, and it makes it feel more like a lifestyle change than just a diet.
I love
my
that.
baby like won't stop moving.
That's okay. Hi, baby. And I love that because that's something that in my groups on Mondays, I always say, what did you overindulge in on the weekend? Or what happened? Like if you went off, because let's admit that. And then let's get back on track today, because this is not a diet. Like you are going to have chocolate cake again, you know, in your life. Like you are going to have chips and salsa again. So like stop punishing yourself for something that you enjoyed. Just move on, you know, like get back on track. You know, this is a life. We're not punishing ourselves every single day. That's not what this is about. It's just making small choices that will add up, small choices that will add up over time. And a blip on the radar every once in a while isn't going to, you know, be the end of all things. But so yeah, and as you run your own groups, I think that could also be an important thing to, or like when you bring on new people, like share that, you know, like share your journey, that this isn't all or nothing. Like this is life, you know, and that we're doing our best every single day. I think that's really important to remind people. So I'll put these notes in our chat, but I have here, actually I can just share my screen again really quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so like I made this for like a 30-minute nutrition call format, like what to do. So first, quick small talk for 1 to 2 minutes, review where they live, what challenge pack they purchased, what program are they starting with, when's the start date, which plan are they, A, B, C, or the TB mindset. And I have to say, I normally don't do nutrition calls on Monday, but this girl was going back to work tomorrow, so I made an exception. Anyway, long story short, she came and she's like, oh, I have no idea. I'm like, oh my God. Like, can we go over, like, so set yourself up for success, because if you're starting from scratch and have to do all this like legwork for them, you're going to get a little frustrated potentially. So make sure you say, hey, make sure you review the PDF, come with your plan, and then let's get started. And I'm so excited to talk to you. It's not that like it was a big deal, but you know what I'm saying? Like every single day, multiple times a day, that could get like they can check out the plan, and then I say, I'm going to ask you to get real specific with me here and have you walk me through an entire day of eating from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. And so like I literally take notes, and then I send them the notes at the end of the call. And I just let them talk, like I said here. And so this is like an example. So I'll share this all in our, actually I can share it in our team page on Facebook. And then to close the call, like I actually, when I made this, which whatever this was, like 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago, I would then put everything in like an email and email it to them. But then I realized I was spending 30 minutes with them and then like maybe 20, 30 minutes after our call to then do that. And that's a lot of time, especially as I started bringing on a lot more people recently in the last 2 months. It's like almost too much. So if you can get to a point where at the end of that 30 minutes, you send them that, whether it's an email or a text, like that's much easier and better for you too. And then they have it right away because they're normally fired up right then and there.
So during that call then is when you give them substitution ideas for whatever it is. Like instead of this, do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if someone comes and like even today the call, she's plan C, and so she gets 4 carbs a day, and she was talking about how sometimes they have pasta for dinner and that's it. And so I was like, okay, well, you can still have pasta. Like this is, you have your carbs, but you also need to eat 5 veggies a day. So it's basically like you're having a veggie at every single time you're eating. So definitely plan in a veggie every single dinner, if not 2, and then by the time you eat your salad and your broccoli and, if you had 2 yellows, a cup of pasta, like you could enjoy it all, but you're also getting in what you may have been missing before. So just kind of helping them with that solution kind of right then and there. And some people are like, and she, for her, she was like, oh, I only drink on the weekends. And I'm like, wow, good for you. Because when I was pregnant, it was really hard not to have a glass of wine every night. That's something that was hard for me. And then 2 glasses of wine. And I'm like, oh, I should just have some cookies, And Bree's like, oh yeah. So it's hard, right? So, you just kind of have to like share with them and then they'll share with you. I hope that was helpful. Anyone else have any questions or things that are going on this week that need help with? Addie, your glasses are legit killing me over here. I'm like, what is happening?
Thanks.
I thought you were wearing sunglasses because the reflection. I was like, oh my God, she's you're wearing sunglasses. Like, Addie, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, that makes things a lot better. I thought you were wearing sunglasses. It was killing me.
No.
I'm like, you're on the East Coast, don't you know? What time is it? Addie, how's your week going?
Good. I just wanted to mention when you guys were talking about the 2B mindset and then the 21-day fix, there's a lot of information in the coach office on both of those things. And it's under product tools and shareable media.
Oh.
And I've actually found a lot of different information. Like going onto the coach office, I didn't really realize how much information there actually is in there, like on each program and on each product. So
That's a great resource, and I think it's
That
very
really helped for me.
amazing. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. And then Christine, anything you need help with? Plugging away.
Yeah, I hit my goal of SC6 today, so that'll show up tomorrow. And then now I'm just going to make Dane Emerald as my next goal for the month.
Awesome.
So or for the week, not even the month.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christine's in that Diamond Dash push group. So she hit Emerald, which means you have 2 coaches under you. And then to get to Diamond, you have 8. And then one of them on each side has to have 2 under them. So it's a little complicated and overwhelming if you're just joining. But yeah, so she's basically making her significant other an Emerald to get that underway, which is an amazing thing. So proud of you, girlfriend. You've been working so hard and sharing.
Thanks.
You know, like, and you just moved last weekend, and like you're still, you know, bought a house and still doing your workouts every day and sharing it and sharing the nutrition and sharing your shake. And I think that's really inspiring.
Trying to be consistent.
Well, that's the thing. How many times have I told you guys I've been doing this for 2 years, and I have people now joining me from 2 years ago. Okay, I'm finally ready. I'm like, what? Like, where have you been?
Mm-hmm.
So showing
Totally.
up every day does really, really make a difference. So you don't think people are watching, but they are. And then I know Noletta is 2 weeks with her 2-week-old baby. And she and I were chatting today about starting a nutrition group for moms potentially, and like to help like moms get back in the swing of things, which I think is absolutely amazing. And like, I can't believe you're on the call. Like, you have a 2-week-old baby. Like, why are you so awesome? Like, I don't get it.
You're sweet. It just happens he took a nap right on time.
I mean, and like, I love it. So Noletta, I texted her yesterday. I was like, hey, like, how are you doing? She's like, well, I'm just like getting some carts out right now. I'm like, maybe like take a break. Like, I don't know, like go take a break for yourself. But I'm really proud of your dedication. It's awesome. Pretty darn inspiring.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just mad we can't see the baby.
Oh, well, you can see him. Here, hold on.
Oh God.
I'll show you.
Don't like them.
He's sleeping now. He sleeps pretty sound.
Oh, look at that little guy. Shakatot.
I love it. It's great.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute. I'm dying. Darling. Oh, hi, baby. It's over. I'll be there.
Small.
I know. He's so little. Any last comments or thoughts, you guys? Want to be respectful of your time. And I'll get this recording up tomorrow morning, most likely to our team page if you have any questions, and I'll post that nutrition call stuff too. So Bree, thanks for being on. First time, woo woo. And thank you guys all so much. And Christine, already SC6, good job. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll talk to you guys later. If you need me, you know where to find me. Oh wait, let's do a picture. God, I always forget. I need to change my screen so it's like all of us and not just. How do I do that? Oh, it's not working. Oh, here. Exit full screen. Aha. Gallery view. Okay. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I love Bree's babies in it. It's so cute. Okay. All right, you guys. Have a great night. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.